Hi, everyone. You're joining us today for our first installment of Thread Talks, HGA's version of TED Talks. We have Brecia talking about her Women's Woven Voices project. Take it away.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm here in Santa Barbara, California, and I've set up the Women's Woven Voices tapestry here in my tiny living room to share with you today. Thank you to HGA for this opportunity. And Carol, wowza, I didn't know anything about spraying. That was amazing. So the Women's Woven Voices project is a collaborative art project. It's an international project, as a matter of fact. Here in the tapestry, we have woven story cloths from across the United States, from Canada, from Bulgaria, from Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan, and Australia. So what is this? So the mission of this project really is to support women's empoweredness by self-reflection and writing, weaving, and sharing their personal stories, so that we foster a culture of self-knowledge and courage, so that women can use their voices to make changes that are positive in themselves and in their communities. Project was conceived in 2017 when I had the honor of being on a team of women who presented an international women's conference. And we invited 6 women from the community who were doing something very shiny and inspiring and positive. And we said, come to the conference and tell us your story. Knowing that, stories are powerful in themselves. So at the end of the day, after the 6 women had spoken, the 6th speaker summed up the theme for the day, because 5 out of those 6 women talked about being sexually abused as children. And the final speaker asked the 300 women in the room if they had experienced any kind of abuse, if they wanted to, if they would stand up. And at that moment, when the whole room just sort of rose to its feet, I realized that I wanted my art life to add positive energy to creating a world that was not full of gender violence, but where there was mutual respect, active listening, open communication, and compassion for women and for girls and for men and for boys. And so I had the idea that I wanted to express that through art, to bring that awareness into the world through art. And I wanted it to go big. So my goal is to have 1,000 people from around the world go through the process of reflecting on their lives, what their strengths are, what their challenges have been, and weave their story cloth. So what you're seeing behind me so far, there's over 200 story cloths. And what I think I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to give you a little up close look here while I share a little bit of the next part. So there's 2 points of impact for the project. One is the participant, as they are reflecting and writing. I'm really a big journal person. So I think that just by taking the time to write out our life experiences, we have an opportunity to do reflection and introspection and possibly achieve new perspectives on our life. And then the weaving, of course, gives us that physical experience of actually making a physical representation of our life. And I just invite people to do that however they want. Some people will choose to do a storyline. For example, each one of the colors in their weaving represents something in their life. Others just weave colors that they enjoy. Many people have said that the process has really been healing for them. It's given them an opportunity to do some reframing. And I'll tell you a little story. One of the participants is an 84-year-old woman, and she had been in an abusive relationship. And when she participated in the project, she wove her story cloth. And when she finished, she said, while I was weaving, I was thinking about the ups and downs of my life and the different things that I'd experienced. And when I finished that last bit of weaving, I realized I am a strong woman. And she said, Brecia, I have never actually thought those words before. So I'm hoping that by participating, the participants will have an experience that's positive for them. And then each one of those story cloths is stitched together into the tapestry. And I hope that you see the beauty and the diversity and the strength and just the incredible power in the community of all these stories joined together. As the artist of the project, or the founder of the project, I actually add a red fringe to the bottom of the tapestry to just call attention and create a conversation awareness about the issues that women are experiencing globally that include things like domestic violence, sexual abuse, and human trafficking. Now, when you see the tapestry, there's every possible moment in women's lives that's being represented from every life experience, their insights, their hopes, their courage, their joy, their loves, their children, their spouses, their parents, their marriages, their military service, their health, their finances. And so even though it's not a representational story, it's an abstract story that combined together. One of the women who was in a recent workshop, I'm going to switch you over here too, so you can see these a little bit better. We had a workshop with women who are newly to the United States from Iran, Iraq, and Syria and Afghanistan. And one of the women said when she finished her weaving, she had included, represented her family and her hopes and dreams for her daughters now living in the United States. And having escaped very traumatic experiences back in the Middle East. She said, when I finished my weaving, I thought, wow, this is really wonderful. But she said, when she saw it stitched into the tapestry with all of the other hundreds of stories, she just said it just felt very overwhelmingly beautiful. So where does this tapestry go? The tapestry has been traveling since it was just one small panel. It showed up at HGA's convergence in Reno. It was at that point, I think maybe only 45 people had participated. And since then, I've continued to have workshops and get the word out and to expand the project so that now, as I said, there's over 200. The tapestry has been at universities, it's been at museums, it's been at schools, it's been at community events, it's been at, I already said museums, I was going to say it's been at museums, and it's scheduled to go over the next couple of years to women's conferences across the United States. So I'm just happy to be able to share the project. The website for Women's Woven Voices is womenswovenvoices.com. And you can go there and order a free loom kit. The loom kit is just strings and a straw, very simple weaving method. One of the delightful things about this project is that I have been able to introduce weaving to so many people who have never woven cloth before in their life. I would say the majority of people who have participated. You just put the straws together to create this little hand loom. This might look really familiar to y'all. And it's very simple. I did this with children for years, and I knew that it would be a very simple and very economical way for many people to participate. I also want to share that the project is really, it really is to call attention to women's issues in the world, but we are only half of the population, and people have always asked, can men participate? And they've always been invited to participate, but just recently I've launched a new phase of the project where I'm intentionally inviting men who want to join the conversation about mutual respect and having a world where there is no gender violence, that people do respect each other and treat each other with compassion. So if you have friends, family, coworkers, women, men, boys and girls who you think would like to participate in the project, please feel free to share. This week during the National Spinning and Weaving Week, you can order a free loom kit, and I will also ship it for free. So that's it. I'm going to just give you a quick view of the tapestry over on the other side. And you'll notice that people embellish the tapestry with all different kinds of things that represent their lives. And the weaving includes, it's mostly yarn, but it's also fabric, string, leather, hair, rickrack, plastic, any weaving materials that you think would tell your story. So thank you very much.